stop forgiving them. It's killing you. You've been taught your entire life that forgiveness is noble, the pinnacle of moral goodness. But let's be honest, how many times have you swallowed anger, handed out second chances, and walked away feeling hollow, like you'd just betrayed yourself? Forgiveness isn't peace, it's your prison. Society never warns you how forced pardons become the cruelest lie, a trap that tames your will and calls it virtue. It's like leaving your door wide open for someone who already stabbed you once, expecting not to be cut again. Nietzsche saw through this charade. He raged against herd morality that demands you turn the other cheek, branding raw honesty as weakness. But is it truly healing when you're seething inside, too polite to stand up for your dignity? Maybe you're done letting people exploit your patience. Maybe you're tired of calling it grace when really you're just swallowing your own rage. Stay until the end, because we're about to torch the lie that forgiveness sets you free. You've been lied to. Forgiveness isn't freedom, it's a leash. Society dresses it up as virtue, tells you it's noble to let go, to move on. But every time you forgive, you're not healing, you're hiding, you're burying your anger, your hurt, your truth, and it festers, doesn't it? That's the illusion. Forgiveness as a balm, when really it's a blade. It cuts you deeper with every "I'm over it," every "it's fine." But it's not fine. You know it. You feel it gnawing at your gut, that quiet rage you can't name. That's the cost of the lie they sold you. Nietzsche saw through this charade. He called it herd morality, a system designed to keep you small, to keep you tame. The herd needs you to forgive, to forget, to stay quiet. Because if you don't, if you stand up, if you say no more, you become a threat. You become powerful, and power, that's what they fear. So they glamorize forgiveness, make it a pedestal you're supposed to climb. But look closer, it's not a pedestal, it's a cage. You're not rising, you're kneeling, handing over your sword in the middle of a battle. Think about the last time you forgave someone. Did you really feel better, or did you just feel empty, like you'd given away a piece of yourself? That's the illusion at work. You're not letting go, you're letting them win. Picture this. Your friend stabs you in the back, spreads rumors, lies to your face. You confront them, and they apologize, sort of. "I didn't mean it," they say. "I was stressed." And you? You forgive them because that's what you're supposed to do. But deep down, you know they'll do it again, and they do. And each time you forgive, and each time you feel a little smaller, a little more hollow. That's the leash tightening. Nietzsche believed true strength comes from embracing your will to power, from asserting yourself, not from submitting to the herd's demands. Forgiveness, as society preaches it, is a denial of that will. It's a way to keep you in line, to prevent you from becoming who you truly are. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing, looks gentle, but it's waiting to tear you apart. Or think of it as poison disguised as medicine. You drink it, thinking it'll heal you, but it slowly kills your spirit. That's what Nietzsche saw, a world where the herd's morality turns you against yourself, where you become your own jailer. You've felt it, haven't you? That moment when you say, "I forgive you," but inside, you're screaming. That's your true self fighting back, refusing to be silenced. But you've been taught to ignore it, to call it petty or vindictive. That's the illusion's power. It makes you doubt your own instincts, your own strength. So, what if you stopped? What if you tore off that leash, broke free from the cage? It starts with seeing the truth. Forgiveness isn't your salvation, it's your prison, and the key is in your hands. Every time you say it's okay when it's not, you're betraying yourself. You're like a wolf rolling over, showing your belly to the pack, hoping they'll accept you. But deep down, you know you're not okay. You're seething, aren't you? That anger, that hurt, it's real. And every time you swallow it, You're telling yourself that your feelings don't matter. You're stabbing yourself in the back, and for what? To keep the peace? To be the bigger person? That's not strength, that's surrender. Nietzsche would call this a denial of your will to power. You're not asserting yourself. You're submitting to the herd's demand for harmony at any cost. But at what cost to you? Your self-respect is eroding bit by bit with every forced "I forgive you." Think about it. When was the last time you forgave someone, not because you truly felt it, but because you thought you should? Maybe it was a friend who let you down, or a partner who crossed a line. You said the words, but inside, you were screaming. That's the betrayal, your own. Picture this. Your co-worker takes credit for your work. You confront them and they apologize. Sort of. "I didn't mean to," they say. "I was stressed." And you say, "It's fine," but inside, you're fuming. You know they'll do it again, and they do. Each time you forgive, and each time you feel a little smaller, a little more hollow. That's the moment of self-betrayal. It's like slapping a bandage on a wound without cleaning it first. The infection grows beneath the surface, unseen but festering. Your resentment builds, and one day, it might explode in ways you can't control. This isn't about holding grudges forever. It's about honoring your emotions, giving yourself time to process the hurt. Don't rush to forgive just to keep the peace. That's not peace. That's a lie. When you force yourself to forgive, you're not just betraying your emotions. You're adopting a morality that keeps you weak. Nietzsche called it slave morality, the idea that the weak use guilt and obligation to control the strong. By saying, "I forgive you," when you don't mean it, you're letting the herd dictate your actions. You're choosing their comfort over your truth. Imagine a wolf in a pack, constantly deferring to others, never asserting its place. That wolf doesn't survive. It gets pushed to the edges, starved of respect and resources. You're that wolf when you forgive out of obligation. You're starving your own spirit. Take a moment to feel that. The next time someone wrongs you and you feel that pressure to forgive, ask yourself, am I doing this for me or for them? If it's for them, you're betraying yourself. And betrayal, even self-inflicted, leaves scars. Over time, this self-betrayal becomes a habit. You start to lose touch with your own emotions. You become a stranger to yourself, wearing a mask of forgiveness that hides a growing void. That's the ultimate cost, not just the immediate hurt, but the erosion of your authentic self. Nietzsche believed that the path to true power lies in embracing your instincts, not suppressing them. Your anger, your hurt, these are signals, not sins. They tell you when your boundaries have been crossed. Ignore them and you ignore your own needs. So the next time you feel that urge to forgive too quickly, pause. Listen to that inner voice. It's not asking for revenge, it's asking for respect. Give it that and you'll start to reclaim your power. You've been told your whole life that forgiveness is noble. Society calls it a virtue, a mark of strength, the pinnacle of goodness. But what if that's a lie? What if it's just a chain disguised as a halo? Nietzsche saw morality for what it often is, a tool of control, not a path to your growth. Forgiveness, as it's peddled, isn't freedom. It's a leash keeping you tethered to the herd. Who really wins when you forgive? Not you. The ones who hurt you do. They skip away, absolved, while you're stuck carrying the weight of being the bigger person. It's a con. Nietzsche called this herd morality, rules crafted by the weak to shackle the strong. When you forgive, you're not rising above. You're bowing down, playing by their script. But you're not here to obey, you're here to become. Morality as a cage. That's what it is when it demands you forgive, let go, move on. What if holding on to your anger, your pain, is what sets you free? What if refusing to forgive is how you take back your power? Nietzsche argued true morality isn't handed down by the herd. It's forged inside you through your will to power. Forgiving too quickly isn't moral, it's submissive. The herd loves forgiveness. Why? It keeps everything neat, quiet, unchanged. Peace at the expense of your truth isn't peace, it's a gag. You're not here to smooth things over. You're here to live raw and real. That means feeling it all. Anger, resentment, hurt. These aren't weaknesses. They're your compass. They scream when your lines are crossed, when your worth is stomped on. Forgive too fast and you silence yourself. They'll judge you. The herd will sneer, call you bitter, petty, stuck. Let them. Their words are weapons to guilt you back in line. Nietzsche knew strength comes from rejecting their game, from carving your own way. Forgiveness, as they push it, weakens you. It shames you for wanting justice, for demanding respect. So next time you're pressured to forgive, pause. Ask yourself, whose morality am I serving? The herd's built to keep you small, or yours rooted in your own fire? True morality isn't about rules, it's about your truth. Sometimes that means saying, no, I won't forgive. Sometimes it's standing tall and declaring, this stays with me. In that defiance, you don't just reject their morality, you seize your power. You think forgiveness is a virtue? Think again. It's a trap, one that keeps you chained to the very people who hurt you. Every time you forgive too easily, you're not just letting them off the hook, you're letting yourself down. You're teaching them that they can wrong you, betray you, and still walk away unscathed. And what do they learn? That you're a pushover, that your boundaries are meaningless, that they can do it again. And trust me, they will. Picture this. Your friend spreads lies about you behind your back. You find out, call them out, and they toss you a half-baked apology. I was just venting, they say. I didn't mean it. You, playing the good person, forgive them. But you know deep down, they'll do it again. And they do. Each time you forgive, they learn your forgiveness is cheap. You're not teaching them accountability. You're teaching them they can get away with anything. That's the first consequence. You enable their bad behavior, turning yourself into a stepping stone they'll tread on repeatedly. But it's not just about them, it's about you. Every time you forgive, without demanding real change, you chip away at your own self-respect. You're telling yourself your pain doesn't matter, that their comfort outweighs your dignity. Nietzsche would see this as a betrayal of your will to power, the drive to assert your own existence. By forgiving too easily, you're not rising above, you're sinking below. You're letting them define your worth, all because you want to be the bigger person. But what's so big about making yourself small? Think of it like this. Forgiveness without consequences is a leaky bucket. You pour in your goodwill, your second chances, your grace, but it never holds. The water seeps out and you're left empty, drained, with nothing to show for it. Over time, you start believing this is normal. You convince yourself you don't deserve better treatment. That's the second consequence. You lose sight of your own value, trading your strength for a hollow peace. Here's the raw truth. Forgiveness without accountability isn't noble. It's a gift to the wrongdoer and a punishment to yourself. It's handing them a free pass to stab you again while you bleed out quietly. Nietzsche knew real strength comes from demanding respect, not bowing to the herd's obsession with blind kindness. When you forgive too easily, you're not being virtuous, you're being weak. So here's the challenge. The next time someone wrongs you, stop and ask, am I forgiving them for their sake or for mine? If it's for them, maybe it's time to stop, because every time you forgive without consequence, you're not just betraying your emotions, you're betraying your future self. And that's a price too high to pay. You've been taught to fear your anger, to bury it, to call it ugly. Society says rage is a beast you must tame. Lock it away. Forgive, forget, move on. But what if they're wrong? What if that fire inside you isn't a curse, but a gift? Nietzsche saw it clearly. Anger, when harnessed, is power. It's not chaos, it's clarity. It's your instinct screaming that something's broken, that you've been wronged, and that you deserve better. So why are you choking it down? Think about it. Every time you swallow your rage, you're not calming the storm. You're feeding it. You're letting it grow in the dark, where it festers into bitterness, into self-doubt. Nietzsche called this a denial of your will to power, the force that drives you to rise, to assert yourself, to claim what's yours. Anger isn't your enemy, it's your ally. It's the raw energy that says, no more. It's the spark that can burn away the lies, the betrayals, the illusions that keep you small. But the herd hates this. They want you docile, quiet, forgiving. Why? Because an angry person is a threat. An angry person doesn't bow to the rules of politeness. They demand justice, they demand respect. And that terrifies the weak. So they tell you to forgive, to be mature, to let it go. But maturity isn't silence, it's strength. It's knowing when to unleash that rage, not to destroy, but to build boundaries, to build self-respect, to build a life where you're not a doormat. Picture this. Your boss dumps extra work on you again. You're furious, but you say nothing. You forgive, you smile, you take it. And what happens? They do it again and again. Your rage builds, but you keep it locked away, thinking it's professional to stay calm. But that's not calm, that's cowardice. Nietzsche would say you're betraying your own power. Instead, what if you used that anger? What if you said, no, I won't take this? What if you set a boundary so clear they'd never dare cross it again? That's not recklessness, that's reclaiming your life. This isn't about exploding at everyone who annoys you. It's about listening to your anger, letting it guide you. It's about turning that fire into fuel. When you feel that heat, don't run from it, lean into it. Ask yourself, what's this telling me? What needs to change? Maybe it's time to cut ties with that toxic friend. Maybe it's time to demand the respect you've earned. Maybe it's time to stop forgiving and start fighting for yourself. The herd will call you bitter, vindictive, immature. Let them. Their labels are just noise. Nietzsche knew the path to true strength isn't paved with forgiveness. It's forged in fire. Your rage isn't a flaw, it's your compass. It points to the places where you've been wronged, where you've been weak, where you've betrayed yourself. So stop fearing it, stop burying it, let it rise, let it burn away the lies. And when the smoke clears, you'll see what's left. Your true self, unbowed, unbroken, unstoppable. You think you're free because you forgive? Think again. Every time you forgive without meaning it, you're not escaping the pain, you're chaining yourself to it. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle to forgive, the deeper you sink into resentment and self-betrayal. You're not letting go, you're letting yourself be dragged down. And the worst part, you're the one holding the chain. Here's the truth. Forgiveness can be a trap, a cage you lock yourself in to avoid the mess of confrontation. You tell yourself it's easier to forgive, to move on, to keep the peace. But that's not peace, it's surrender. You're trading your authenticity for a hollow truce, and it's costing you more than you realize. Every time you say it's okay when it's not, you're not escaping the hurt, you're burying it alive. And buried things don't die, they rot. True freedom isn't found in forgiveness. It's found in embracing your anger, your hurt, your reality. It's not about letting go, it's about letting yourself feel, letting yourself be raw. That's where your power lies. Not in pretending, not in placating, but in standing firm in your own skin. So why are you forgiving? Is it because you truly want to, or because you've been told it's the right thing to do? Society loves forgiveness. It keeps everything running smoothly. No one has to face the ugly truth. No one has to change. But you're left carrying the weight of their wrongs, smiling through gritted teeth. That's not escape. That's imprisonment. Here's how you break free. Start by being honest with yourself. Acknowledge your feelings. Don't shove them down. If you're angry, be angry. If you're hurt, be hurt. Give yourself permission to feel it all. That's where your strength begins. Don't rush to forgive just to keep the peace. Peace bought with lies is no peace at all. And don't fear confrontation. It's not the enemy. It's the path to clarity. It's how you set boundaries, how you demand respect. It's how you stop being a doormat and start being a force. Society will tell you to avoid it, to forgive and forget. But forgetting doesn't erase the wound, it just hides it. And hidden wounds fester. Escape isn't running away, it's standing your ground. It's choosing your truth over their comfort. It's saying, no, I won't forgive this, not until it's earned. It's reclaiming your power, one honest word at a time. True freedom comes from living authentically, not from bowing to society's demands. So stop bowing, stop pretending, start escaping the lie. Today, choose yourself. Choose your truth. Choose to feel, to confront, to be real. That's how you break free. That's how you escape. You've been dragged through the dirt, betrayed by forgiveness, shackled by the herd, choked by your own silence. But here's the truth. You're not broken. You're waking up. Every lie you've swallowed, every fake smile you've forced, every "it's okay" that burned your throat, it's all fuel now. You're not here to forgive anymore. You're here to rise. This is your ascendance, and it starts with one brutal choice: to stop betraying yourself. Ascendance isn't gentle. It's not a soft glow or a quiet epiphany. It's a storm. It's the moment you stop begging for scraps of respect and start demanding the whole damn table. Nietzsche called it the will to power, not power over others, but power over yourself. It's the force that says, I am not what they want me to be. I am what I choose to become. And that choice, it's yours right now. You've been a prisoner of forgiveness. Every time you let them off the hook, you locked yourself in tighter. But the door's open. You just have to walk through it. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for them to change. They won't. They're comfortable in their mediocrity, and they want you to stay there with them. But you're not meant for their cage. You're meant to burn it down. Imagine this. You're a phoenix, but you've been smothering your own flames, too afraid to scorch the ones who hurt you. Now, let it blaze. Let your anger, your hurt, your truth light up the sky. You're not here to be polite. You're here to be real. And real isn't pretty. It's raw, it's messy, it's powerful. It's you, unfiltered, unbowed, unstoppable. The herd will panic. They'll call you selfish, bitter, cruel. Let them. Their words are dust. Nietzsche knew the path to greatness isn't paved with approval. It's forged in defiance. You're not here to be loved by everyone. You're here to be respected by yourself. And respect starts with one word: no. No, I won't forgive you. No, I won't shrink for you. No, I won't betray myself for your comfort. This is your ascendance. It's not a one-time victory. It's a daily war. Every time you choose your truth over their lies, you rise. Every time you set a boundary, you rise. Every time you refuse to be small, you rise. You're not just escaping the trap, you're dismantling it brick by brick. And with each brick you pull down, you build something stronger. Your own morality, your own power, your own life. So, stop waiting. Stop hoping they'll see your worth. They won't until you do. Ascendance isn't given, it's claimed. It's you, standing in the wreckage of their expectations, unbroken, unbowed, and saying, this is who I am. Not their puppet, not their doormat, not their forgiver. You're something fiercer now. You're free. This is it. You've been their puppet, chained by forgiveness, bled dry by their lies. No more. Every scar they left, every hollow "I forgive you" you choked out, it ends now. You're not weak, you're not small, you're a storm they can't contain. Nietzsche saw it. The herd wants you tame, but you're not theirs to leash. You're a force, and this is your breaking point. Feel it, that rage, that fire. It's not your shame, it's your strength. You've swallowed their garbage long enough. Now spit it out. Stop forgiving, stop bowing, let it burn. Burn away the guilt, the doubt, the betrayal you've heaped on yourself. You're not here to kneel, you're here to rise. Unbroken, unyielding, they'll tremble. The ones who used you, who thrived on your mercy, they'll see it now. You're not their doormat anymore. You're a blade, sharpened by every wound they dared to give. This is your revolution. Not loud, not wild, but quiet and deadly. You don't need their approval. You don't need their forgiveness. You need your own. Claim it. Your power isn't a gift. It's a conquest. Unleash it. You're free, not because they let you go, but because you let them go. Rise now. You're unstoppable. It's time to break the cycle. Refuse the empty mercy that's been bleeding you dry. If you're done with the lies that tell you forgiveness is virtue, then make your stand now. Rise and let your every act be a declaration of your unyielding strength. Remember, defiance isn't a momentary outburst, it's a way of life. When you stop forgiving the offenders, you start forgiving yourself less. That's how you become truly free. The choice is yours. Live in the comfort of their pity, or stand tall and let your power roar. This isn't about becoming ruthless. It's about embracing the brutal truth that real strength comes from knowing when to say no and when to fight back. Refuse now and let your defiance be the spark that ignites a revolution in your life. Stay fierce and remember, defy today or drown in their pity.